Happy Friday, boys and girls. My name is Jeffery Mitchell. And I swear, you human beings, look, number one, I'm tired of y'all asking me how I am. Okay? Let me just tell y'all, everybody right now, I'm okay. I had an episode, okay? It's past. And even if it was something bigger or an indication of something, I don't care. I'm going this way. I'm not going to rest. I'm not going to hold back. I'm not going to take care. I got enough precautions already in place regarding my health to where I'm being monitored and checked out. I'm not going to go all ape shit over this little bit of passing out. I'm 58 years old. Shit, I should pass out every now and then. Plus, again, I think it was the nicotine because I was sick before. It wasn't like I was just walking down the street and just boop. You know, I felt myself getting sick. And I could feel the heat coming up. I could just feel it building up to where I just boop. You know, I checked. You know, I had to take a nap. I just had to take a nap. I'm sitting here now, just okay. Let me start at the beginning. When I left the P-Funk show in Berkeley, I went back to the Jeep, opened up the tailgate, reached in for my book bag, and it wasn't there. I was like, oh, did I put it someplace else? But I knew the feeling. It wasn't there where it was supposed to be. Because where I put stuff, I know where it's supposed to be. So I pulled back. Somebody had smashed the window, yanked my book bag. Book bag's gone. My book bag is my life, y'all. Laptops, everything in it. Laptops, keys, everything. It's my purse. Everything was in there. I do have certain precautions in place, of course. I should check to see if this is even recording. I do have certain precautions in place. As far as the laptop is being encrypted, no sensitive data is going to be easily gotten to, if it can even be gotten to at all, So that part, I was and then I start putting in place, what was in there, what needs to be replaced. Got back here yesterday, didn't have keys to get in the apartment, so I had to go get keys to get to the apartment. Then had those locks changed. Took the car, had that lock changed because the key fob to the car was in there. Had that changed and got another one. And, it was just getting in place, getting things back in place. Oh, and slowly, I remember what was missing, the dongle for Cubase. I ordered another one of those and this SD cards and this and that. And, I'm just going through the process. So I'm getting dressed today, doing what I do, dodging all these, how are you? How you feel? Are you okay? How do you feel? Are you okay? You know what? A recent Funketeer recently probably is going through something personal right now, and he's just stepped away. I understand. Y'all is crazy. I know y'all care about people. I know y'all do, and I'm not putting you down. I love human beings. I love the way y'all are. I'm also glad I'm not like that, but I can appreciate the way y'all are. But Jesus Christ, give a person a break. And I'm not even like famous or nothing. I'm not even like famous or nothing. Just imagine if I was famous and had like, hundreds and hundreds of people, thousands, and they'd be like, oh. Okay, there's certain people that can do it, like your mother, your sister, your aunt, your daughter, blah, 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 blah. Those people, they put in the work to be able to bug you about how you doing, and they can tell you, no, you ain't, that's okay. But some of these people be coming out from left field and be like, are you okay? We'll be like, I'm okay. Leave me alone. That's just the way I'm cut. Like I said, I'm not telling anybody to stop doing anything that they're doing because more than likely y'all ain't going to stop anyway. That's just part of it. So anyway, I'm getting dressed today and I get a call from the Berkeley Police Department. They found my bag. Everything was there except for the computer, which is expected. Somebody turned it into the Berkeley Lost and Found. Berkeley Police Department called me. Nice young lady. I explained to her in my excitement everything that was in the bag. And, we talked about some things, how I can get it back and this and that. And in my excitement, it just goes to hit me again. Human beings just continue to amaze me. And it's funny because I've always said that my life my understanding of life and human beings is that the overwhelming majority of human beings are good. I'm talking about 99.8% of human beings are good. And there was also another saying that said, when given the correct choices of circumstances, human beings will choose the one that is best for everybody, themselves and the whole of everything. When presented with the proper view, whatever proper means, view of circumstances, human beings will always choose, the best option for the most involved. And I believe that, and I sincerely believe that. But recently I've been dismayed by human beings with all this political rhetoric and political division and just the horridness of the discussions of people, how people just hate people. Oh, I hate this, I hate that. I blocked them. I blocked them. I can't take that. I blocked them. I'm not talking to them, and it's just the division is to the point where it's not even fun messing with y'all no more. Y'all can have all that. And some of the stuff I see about racism is just so far over the top. I'm like, and the reason I go, because that's not my experience of life. I have to compare my experience of life to any commentary or declarations or statements that I see out there, and it just doesn't match my experience of life. It's just not true. Sure, there's going to be some bad cops. Sure, there's going to be racist. Sure, there's going to be this and that. But it's a small part of what's going on. And the president, my thing is, no matter how bad or what he's doing, whatever's going on, it's not, the backlash to that has gotten to a certain point that it's not going to help anybody. Nobody's going to win. The Democrats and the Republicans and the anti-Trump and the Trumps and the left and the right, Tea Party, all that, it's to the point nobody's going to win now. It's just, it doesn't went that far. And if the Democrats are supposed to be so intolerant and understanding and this and that and, Christian and blah, 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 there's such thing as understanding. You work with them. Don't demonize them and attack them. You find a way to outsmart him to get what you want through his politics to heal him. What happened to that? Now it's just like people ripping up speeches and saying this and saying that. It's just, I'm done with it. Y'all can have it. And I'm going to tell you something else. A person could be a racist. They could be anything. They could be a racist. They could be a genocidist, whatever. That don't mean they can't run the economy. That don't mean they can't do a good job doing the business part of this place, or getting the right investors, or getting the right people to back certain things in this country to make the economy work. And I'm like Carville, it's the economy, stupid. It's the economy. And if things are working, you might not like the way he's doing it. You might not like the company he keeps. And like I said, I'm not saying he's a racist or not. I think he's not. I think he's a moneyist. I think he's about the money and the dollar, and he really don't care about nobody. Now, I get that part. But to say he's a racist, I think he'll do the same thing to white people do to black people, women. It don't matter. And the jokes he makes, but let me go too far. Let me not go too far. It doesn't matter to me. But my whole point is, let me go back. That division has really put me off of humanity. That what's going on right now has really pushed me off. But I forget that there are parts of human beings in society that touches my heart every time. When I went to the hospital, when I fell out on the airplane, the people who helped me and the level of attention and care I got right there, then to see people in the emergency room, my mother was a nurse, so I'm used to hospitals, but to see people who are willing and good at giving care to other human beings, like teachers, at high schools, teaching the kids and, in there, and, my sister teaches, and that kind of, giving back or whatever that is, I'm not cut out to do it. I'm not one. I'm just not one. I'm not a nurturer. I'll help you out if I think my help is going to help you in the future. But if you're going to be doing the same thing in 4 or 5 days, it's no sense to me giving you this $10, $15. If you're going to be back here and I don't see no future, no return on my investment, it's business. I'm keeping it moving. Just to make you happy for right now does not thrill me. That's just not part of the person I am. But there are people out there who do that and care and all that. And when I run across them, I'm always humbled, you know, like, get my book bag back. One time I lost my keys and I found my keys. Somebody set them up there. People are not, people just, people are not, bad. People are good generally. Generally, sometimes their view of things gets skewed and they make strange choices in desperation. But, people are pretty good. And then also, I wanted to say that at my age and my experience, eating my words is probably one of the best things out there for me. I'm confident enough that where I could be wrong. And those moments where something just presents me that shows me what I've been thinking or my views have been wrong or changed, that's one of the most rewarding experiences that I can have. Eating my words, I enjoy it. I want to be able to say, look, I was wrong. This is the way it is. So I'm not afraid of that. Not at all. In fact, I almost cherish it. That's when you truly learn something. When you have to eat your words is when you truly, truly learn something. And humanity, Berkeley of all places, because I talk shit about Berkeley and all the rainbows and bunnies and save the world, this, and how on their campus they shutting down free speech basically because they don't want certain people there. They're just there's people so far one way and so far the other way that it's turned me off to the whole process. It's hard to find people in that middle who you can actually have a discussion with. And have a discussion to the point that where you can learn something from them or get information from them other than screaming and hollering and emotion, and I kind of point my finger at Berkeley as being the capital of all that. And to have, something like this turn around to where they have a system in place to accommodate, my hardship or my, it's humbling. It is truly humbling. And I am truly reminded that there are people like that, people like you out there, no matter who you are, and be you, continue to be you. And of course, I got to say this, I'm glad I'm not one of y'all, but I am truly happy that we swinging on y'all, humanity. It's good. It's good out here. It's just good out here. And if you're not experiencing it's good, maybe some people, maybe some people's idea of life. In fact, I know somebody whose idea of life just doesn't match up to my experience. Their experience of life and what they think should be and how they should go just clearly does not match up with the way I see things. And I've seen that a long time ago. And I said, you know what? This person's going to have a tough time because the way they think life should be, the way they think life is, and the way life really is are three completely, totally different things. And I'm like, this person's going to have a hard time. This is the way they see things is not the way I see it. And that's the best I can say. I can't just make a general statement that, the way they see it, it's not the way it is. The best I can say is it's not the way I've seen things line up. And what I do is I take what I do and how I'm going through life and how my philosophy is successful or not successful in my decisions based on my philosophy versus other people. And I seem to be doing okay for me, but that's just for me anyway. And so, but then again, I said, so this person is going through life living. It's tough for them because it just doesn't line up. They just don't get it. They think things should be a certain way and it just doesn't line up. So I'm like, okay. But having said that, the diversity of life needs that. We need a soldier like that to be out there on that fringe, to keep that idea or to do those things. Because this person does certain things, with their understanding, the way they perceive things and the way they think things should be, that other people don't do, and there's gain to that. It's a addition. It's a contribution to what's going on. Even though it's coming from some sideways craziness, not crazy, but some sideways weird, angle or point of view of that person, it still contributes. But they're gonna have a hard time. They're gonna have a hard time because the way they think life is not the way I see it. That's the best I can say, or I can even say it's not the way life is. the way they think life should be, the way they think life is, or the way they think life should work, or the way they think life works, and the way life works, all three totally different things. Anyway, my name is Jeffery Scott Mitchell, and I love all y'all. All of y'all, even the ones I don't like. I love even the ones I don't like right now. I'm a happy camper. Y'all can keep asking me, am I okay? Am I okay? Yeah, I'm okay. When Zelda was asking me, like, are you okay? And I'm like, no, I'm dead. Will you stop? Just stop. Leave me alone. I ain't that person. Don't put your worry on me. It's not my responsibility to make sure you don't worry about me. I got 3, maybe 4 people I got to do that for. And that's too much. I even tell them, leave me alone. But, when you need them, they're there. I'm just fortunate or unfortunate enough not to need people that much. To have built my life to be independent enough to where I didn't like depending on people or asking people for nothing. So I kind of just did this. Anyway, I hope this comes out. This is 16 minutes of nothing. Anyway, my name is Jeffrey. Swinging on y'all 2 times. Please let it come out.